Candace here, and sorry it's pretty dark. It's another gloomy day here in Washington, which is pretty common, but there's nothing I could really do, and I don't want to turn on the light because it makes it kind of hard to see too. So anyway, I'm here with a book review on Homefront by Kristin Hannah, and this book is about 400 pages, and the font is pretty regular. And it's a very large book, though. And so I gave this book 3 out of 3 stars. This book is about a woman named Jolene who is she joined the Army when she was really young because she had alcoholic parents and she had no one else to turn to. So the Army has always been her family in a sense, and she's very patriotic. She's very proud of what she does, as she should be. And her husband his name is Michael, and he is 100% against the military. He doesn't want anything to do with it. He doesn't want to hear about her job. He doesn't want to hear about what she does. He's never around anyway to hear it, so he's just not a very likable character in my opinion. My opinion does change of him, but from the beginning, I couldn't stand to read it. And they have 2 daughters named Betsy and Lulu. Betsy's 12 and Lulu is 5. And so, anyway, my opinions on this book, I loved it. I gave it 3 out of 3 stars. It was amazing. It was very well written. I hardly ever reread books. After I read them, I usually give them to Goodwill or give them to friends because I just don't really reread like all the books that I have. There's very few. Like To Kill a Mockingbird, I've mentioned before, is my favorite book ever, and I've reread it about 3 or 4 times. So that book I have, and this one I was actually going to give away until I read it, and I'm definitely keeping this because it's very inspirational. It's nice because me and my husband are a young married couple. We've only been married about 3 years. We're both 22. So it's just nice to see, because they're going through marriage issues, Michael and Jolene, because of their complete contrast of opinions, which I know that in a marriage, you have to respect each other's opinions. No one's gonna, even in a friendship, whatever, people you meet, they're not gonna agree with what you agree with, and that's fine. That's completely understandable. But if you're gonna be married to somebody that doesn't, I just think it's wrong that he married her knowing she was in the Army, and yet he's so against it, and she's so passionate about it, and he just completely dismisses it. He's like, no, but I don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. Don't talk to me about it. Nope. And it's like, that's so wrong because she's so passionate about it, and she has a reason to, and it got on my nerves. I felt it was really wrong, but the way that they deal with their issues, it was really inspiring to see that, because like I said, we've only been married about 3 years, and so we're still learning on how to deal with our issues and everything like that. So it was really nice, and I would definitely like to reread it. And it was just a really nice story. I know this is a very short book haul, but I've tried to upload this 4 times, and I think it was too long, and the last time that I did it didn't have audio in it, so we'll see. But it was just a great book. The only 2 parts that I didn't like was, like I said at the beginning, the first half of the book is all about Michael just not being there, and she, it's not a spoiler because it's in the description. She is in the Army. She's been in the Army her whole life, and she ends up being in the Guard because she's 40 now, and she has kids, so she wants to be there more for her kids. And September 11th happens, and they call her in and say, we need you because we need all the help we can get. And they send her to Iraq, and she is very sad, but she knows that's her duty. That's what she has to do. Her husband is like, what? Why are you leaving me? Why are you abandoning me? What am I going to do with our kids? Just me. Not even like, oh, honey, I hope you're safe in Iraq. It's very dangerous. Don't worry about us. I got this. No, it was just, what about me? What are you going to do about me? And what about my kids? I don't know what to do with the kids. It's like, they're your children. Take care of them. I don't understand. I don't have kids, so I'm not saying it's easy. But at the same time, if someone told me to take care of my kids, I don't think I'd be like, I don't know what to do. They're your kids, and it's something you have to do. She's not saying she's going to go on a cruise and just abandon her children. No. And so the first half of the book, I wanted to strangle him. The first 20 pages, I was like, I can't read this. I can't, because I just can't. It's wrong, and he just gets on my nerves because he's constantly like, me, and I don't like her because of this. And they write from, it's written from her point of view and then from his point of view as well. And the parts that were in his point of view, I think, was to try to make you understand why he feels the way he does, which I don't think it justified it. And it was still like, you're still very, very selfish. And so the first 20 pages, I didn't want to read it. I put it down. And then the first half of the book was just blah, 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 me. And it wasn't all him. So it made it better. There was still a great story to it. But, so after the first half of the book, after that initial, whatever, your opinion starts to change. But Betsy, the 12-year-old, I understand that, 12-year-olds are very, very emotional and very up and down, and they're very sensitive. I understand that, but Betsy just got on my nerves. Her mother has a medical issue, which you find out. I'm not going to tell you. It's a big part of the book, but she has a medical issue, and so she walks into a little get together to celebrate her, and she falls on her face, flat on her face, due to her medical issue. And her daughter knows this. Her 12-year-old daughter knows this, and she falls on her face, and her daughter's like, "What is wrong with you? Why do you have to embarrass me?" And oh my God, she said that same thing throughout the entire book. The mom would be like, "Honey, I'm in the army," trying to explain calmly what she does and why she does what she does. And nope, same thing as Michael. She didn't want to hear it. She's like, you embarrass me. You live to embarrass me. And that's, everyone makes fun of me and me. And oh my God, it was just beyond got on my nerves. But I mean, besides those two characters, it was a great, great story. I guess you do start to learn why Michael is the way that he is, and it's just great. He's not like that throughout the whole book, so it made it a lot better. And even despite those two characters that I could not stand, it was still an amazing story. I still want to definitely reread it. It's very inspiring. I'm a military spouse. My husband's in the Navy, and it was nice for me to read because I could relate to some of it. Not all of it, obviously, because my husband's not in the Army, but I could just relate to it, knowing how when they have to leave, I do the same thing. I tell him, why are you leaving me? I know that he's not choosing to, but it's still you're leaving, it sucks. And so I could relate to some of the issues in here, and it was kind of nice to have something to relate to. And yeah, so 3 out of 3 stars. I'm currently reading House Rules by Jodi Picoult, and I gave a really horrible synopsis in my book haul, but I will be reviewing this when I'm done. It's a very big book. It's about 530 pages, and the font is kind of small, but it's nice because each chapter is labeled with a different person, that's Rich, so it's written in his point of view, and the font is different. The font differs with different people, so that's pretty interesting, and I really like that. I like that you get different people's point of view. So yeah, I will be doing that, and I also got my first book for review from an author, and it's on my Kindle right now, which I can't find, but yeah, I will be doing a review on that once I'm done. So yeah, I'll be doing some tag videos too, so later. So yeah, I will see you later. Bye. Happy reading.